fact. If I ever come across you, bum, I'm knocking you dead spark out. I ain't a YouTuber or a man half your size. I am him, the man. You're a classless loser.
I broke Jake's jaw.
His teeth look a bit removed as well.
Yeah, his teeth have come out of place. But credit to him, he done well. But I told him what was going to happen. I wish that I could have knocked him out at the start. But as we saw tonight, Jake has spirit.
After Anthony Joshua delivered a decisive sixth-round knockout of Jake Paul, longtime rival Tyson Fury didn't hide his reaction. Known for his sharp tongue, Fury used the moment not just to acknowledge Joshua's win, but to reignite their long-standing rivalry. While Joshua handled business in the ring, Fury reminded fans that the bigger question still remains. When will they finally meet to settle the score in their long-awaited showdown?
Tyson Fury is as serious as he thinks he is, and he wants to put down his Twitter fingers and put on some gloves and come and fight one of the realest fighters out there that will take on any challenge. Step in the ring with me next if you're a real bad boy. Don't do all that talking, AJ this, AJ that. Let's see.
Joshua's victory, streamed to millions worldwide on Netflix, marked a strong return after a 15-month layoff for the former two-time heavyweight champion. While the win sent a clear message, Fury's reactions before and after the fight highlighted the growing tension between the two British heavyweights, a rivalry now threatening to boil over as 2026 approaches.
Going on, there's nothing being signed yet, but Tyson, you know, he's indicated that if it's the right deal, he'll definitely do it. So I think it's going in the right, as I just said, going in the right direction, and hopefully we'll get some news pretty soon as to, you know, what's going to happen. He's been very good. He's been working very hard the last few months. He's had a lot of projects, including his Netflix series, Meet the Furies, the second series of that. He's got a documentary he's also filming. He's doing a lot of PAs as well, so he's been very, very busy. He's enjoying himself, but he's been in the ring full time. In the gym full time, training very hard, and he's in great nick. He looks well, and you know, I'm sure, and he said on many times himself, he would like to come back and fight again. And 2026, I believe, provided the deal's right, I think you'll see him back in the ring again. If this fight happens, which I believe it will, if it does happen, it will be sometime in late summer. So Tyson, that's another sort of what's at the moment, it's another 7 months away. So he'll certainly have a fight in between, I think, if he comes back. The fans have been asking for this, and everybody's been talking about it for years and years and years. It's better, if it's going to happen now, than rather these guys come back and talk about doing it in 5 or 6 years' time. You know, it's a fight that, you know, anybody who I talk to about boxing, that's the one thing they always mention. When are these two getting it on? Are they ever going to get it on? We never got to see it, etc., etc. You know, it will happen. I think it will happen, and I think when it does happen, I think it's...
Ring Magazine wrote, Fury versus Joshua is closer than ever. Anthony Joshua's win over Jake Paul has put him on a collision course with Tyson Fury. Their rivalry has become one of the most discussed stories in modern heavyweight boxing. Fans have demanded the fight for years, with promoters calling it the biggest matchup in the sport and one that must happen to determine true heavyweight supremacy.
For Fury?
I'm not gonna disrespect Fury, Gareth.
I want to fight him though, Jack. We want to see you fight him so much.
Exactly. I think I deserve it, the fans deserve it, you deserve it. It's such a shame that the guy decided to retire. He should grow a backbone. You win some, you lose some.
Do you beat him?
Yeah, definitely.
All day long, yeah?
100%. So do you know what day it is today?
Saturday morning.
What comes after Saturday?
Sunday.
Many in the boxing world were left unsatisfied with how the Joshua versus Paul fight unfolded. Despite the sixth-round knockout, critics felt it lacked competitiveness. Paul spent much of the early rounds circling, clinching, and avoiding exchanges rather than engaging, leading to boos in the arena and fans online dismissing the bout as a spectacle.
This is such a bad look overall for the sweet science, the sport of boxing, which, you know, cannot get out of its way anyway on a regular basis. What we saw in there, I don't think anyone ultimately looks good. It was theater. It was sloppy. It was gross. It was unnecessary. I'd love to say my favorite sport is better than this, but I think we know that already. I think the bigger question is how much more can the rest of us tolerate the Jake Paul circus?
What was so deflating about this is even though we, in a sense, got the outcome that most people tuning into this fight were here for, which was to see Jake Paul get knocked out, it was the worst version of a Jake Paul knockout loss that we could have asked for. There isn't some sort of highlight reel moments like the Ngannou knockout where Anthony Joshua just...
Joshua admitted his performance wasn't perfect, saying he expected more from himself early on. He explained that Paul's movement and awkward tactics made him difficult to corner. Once Joshua found his range, however, he ended the fight decisively. Despite criticism, he stressed his goal was always to win and capitalize when the chance came, proving his ability to adapt by securing the 6th-round knockout.
Broke Jake's jaw.
His teeth look a bit removed as well.
Yeah, his teeth have come out of place. But credit to him, he done well, but I told him what was going to happen. But it just took 6 rounds to do that.
People will criticise you for going 6 rounds with Jake Paul. How do you feel about that?
I deserve it.
Why? Come on.
Because, like, we're elite fighters. Like, so I put myself in the shoes of a coach. If I was coaching Anthony Joshua and he went 6 rounds with Jake Paul, I would get him back in the gym tomorrow, give him a bit of a beating, and we're getting straight back to work because I'll be like, how are you letting this kid take you 6 rounds? Are you crazy? In boxing, there's a time when you systematically break someone down and you see their soul leaving their body. And after a period of time, 2 things start to happen to them. Either they give up or they get knocked out. And there was a bit of a mix. I said to myself, I'm not gonna knock you out. I am gonna systematically punish you round after round. And like, I wanted it to be slow and methodical. I swear, give me a drop down now. And I just kept on hitting him. Sorry, Gareth.
All right, you can hit me as much
I
as you like.
hit you for everyone in England. I was hitting him. I kept on hitting him. And I could see I had that mentality where I was like, remember in the press conference I said, he's Iverson and I'm Jordan? And I was like, I'm going to just keep breaking him down because he was elusive.
Michael Bisping avoided calling the fight a classic, focusing instead on the mismatch and the risks involved. The former UFC champion questioned whether Jake Paul would want to return to the ring after facing an opponent as experienced as Joshua. Rather than criticizing AJ's sharpness, Bisping warned about the dangers of boxing mismatches and expressed respect for Paul's courage in accepting the challenge.
I don't know where to start with this, okay? Was it a classic? Was it a fight that you've definitely got to go and watch? I can't say that it was. Listen, first of all, they both stepped in the ring. They were paid $92 million. They both get to go home to their families, and no one got injured. No one's dead. No one's going to the hospital. They're both fine. Apparently, Jake Paul claims that he's got a broken jaw, spat a little bit of blood out, right? But the fight itself wasn't anything to remember. It really wasn't, right? Anthony Joshua was a little sloppy. He was tentative. He took his time. He said he was trying to break him down, look for the shots. And maybe it's because he's been out the ring for 15 months, okay? And last went up against Daniel Dubois. Or maybe it's because he felt like a bit of a bully going up against Jake Paul, but he didn't seem like he really had nothing.
Former heavyweight champion David Haye offered a respectful assessment of Paul's effort. He acknowledged the massive gap in experience and size but praised Paul's movement and strategy, which forced Joshua to work. Haye emphasized that while Paul lost, his willingness to compete, absorb punishment, and last into the later rounds against elite opposition deserved recognition.
You know, it was a awkward night. You know, AJ couldn't get to grips with him, obviously. Jake had a really good game plan, moving his feet, lateral movement, slipping and sliding. Obviously, been practicing that a lot in sparring. And you got to give him credit. He came out there and gave it a good go. Took his licks like a man, didn't complain. You know, fighting a much bigger, more established, world-class fighter. So that's usually what happened. What was always going to happen. You know, a lot of people thought he would only last 1 round, 2 rounds, but you know, you got to give Jake credit. You know, he went out there and had a solid game plan and was implementing it at times, was landing shots and was avoiding getting hit with the big shots. You know, but there's a reason we have weight categories in boxing, and I'd say he sticks with, you know, the cruiserweight division where the guys are the same size as him, because that, you know, without having the schooling, the many years, I was able to give away 100 pounds in weight because I've been boxing since I was 10. I was an international amateur and world champion at cruiserweight. That's why I was able to do the big jump and use the tactics that he used to win the heavyweight championship. But credit to him, nothing but respect for Jake Paul for putting on such an event and putting himself in harm's way.
I would imagine some people back home for you are going to say, man, AJ should have gotten out of there in 2 rounds.
No, anyone who understands boxing knows it's very difficult to close the range on someone who doesn't want to hold his feet. And is AJ supposed to just run around swinging and missing? No, he's supposed to wait for the right opportunity, which he did. And once the opportunity presented himself, he landed and the fight was over. But anyone who kind of gives AJ stick because he didn't knock him out.
Lennox Lewis gave a blunt reaction to Joshua's 6th round knockout. He noted that Paul didn't appear fully prepared for such a step up and seemed to freeze once Joshua's power landed. Lewis also pointed to Joshua's long layoff, suggesting he needed time to shake off rust. Once he did, the outcome became inevitable.
Jake Paul had his hands down.
Yeah.
He was basically waiting for that knockout.
Absolutely. And where is the Tyson Fury Joshua fighting happening now?
Yeah, it should happen. I think it should happen.
Who wins it? Who wins it?
is the best.
Oh, don't ask me too soon. It's too soon for that, man.
Excuse me, Lennox. I'm sorry.
I miss you, Lennox.
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
Man? Good to see you.
Yeah, man.
Just let me know your thoughts on Jake going 6 rounds with AJ.
You know, the fact that he did that, it was good because we didn't think it was going to go 6 rounds. We thought it was going to go 2. So the fact that he made 6 rounds is an accomplishment for Jake Paul.
Was there anything that stuck out with you from the fight?
Yeah, really, who was in better shape? I thought that Joshua was in great shape compared to, Jake Paul because he was running around the ring.
You guys gotta walk,
and that takes out a lot of energy, especially when you're not used to it.
We
gotta keep going, guys. Excuse me.
Him going 6 rounds in terms of someone like the stature of AJ should have maybe gotten him out of there early?
Well, that's what we wanted to happen, but we have to look at what was going on in AJ's life. He was out for 15 months, so this is like a little warm up for him, and he needed it.
Do you look good to you, AJ? In your
for being out 15 months? Yeah, it looked all right.
Fans reacted in mixed fashion to Joshua's win. Some praised his patience and power, celebrating the knockout. Others criticized the slow early rounds, with some online claiming the fight felt staged. A day before the bout, Tyson Fury attacked Joshua's promotional comments, calling him classless and mocking him for hyping a fight against a YouTuber. Fury even joked that he would knock Joshua out himself, adding fuel to an already tense build-up.
And I've just been sent a video of Anthony Joshua talking about if he kills somebody, he kills somebody in a boxing ring. I think, you know what? He's a little bit long in the tooth to be talking shite like that. He's 37-year-old at the end of his career, fighting a YouTuber, a Disney Channel guy, who Tommy B. And now he's talking about killing him and all that to try and sell. Please. Barking up the wrong tree, idiot. Here's a fun fact. If I ever come across you, bum, I'm knocking you dead spark out. I ain't a YouTuber or a man half your size. I am him, the man. You're a classless loser coming off a 15 months knockout defeat to a local lad. Imagine if someone from Morecambe knocked me out. You big bum, useless tosser. Get up, and I can't wait if Jake Paul knocks your spark out, you big bum.
Joshua refused to back down from Fury's criticism, standing by his mindset. He explained that boxing requires ruthless focus and intensity, clarifying that his comments reflected competitive mentality, not personal malice. He stressed that while fighters hope to leave the ring safely, the sport is inherently dangerous. Meanwhile, the long-discussed Joshua versus Fury clash remains one of boxing's most anticipated potential matchups.
Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury at some point in 2026. But I think for Joshua's side of things, he's looking at this, going in for this, let's just say, warm-up, just to get rid of a bit of ring rust against Jake Paul. Then he looks for a fight again in February sort of time, and that might be a Tony Yoka sort of level sort of fighter. Tyson Fury is rumoured to be coming back and fighting Arslanbek Makhmudov.
Yes.
That's the fight that they're talking about him coming back with.
Beat Dave Allen recently.
Oh, yeah. But here's the thing, Jim. What route does Anthony Joshua take? Does he look at that Tyson Fury? Yeah, the financial rewards are with Tyson Fury, of course they are. Or does he follow his dream of becoming a 3-time world heavyweight champion? And that could fall in the space of Fabio Wardley, who has openly said that was the fight that I would like next if I was going to defend my title.
Spencer's on the money there, Simon, because Fabio is saying he would, quotes, happily welcome an all-British fight for his WBO heavyweight belt with Joshua. What kind of warm-up fight is that for Joshua before he goes in against Fury?
I'm sure he would, because that poor bugger keeps on getting diminished everywhere he turns. And now he can't get a fight with Usyk because Usyk thinks he's beneath him, so he needs to get paid to some extent for being a world champion, and Anthony Joshua guarantees him that. I think that's a whole raft of problems for Anthony Joshua. Fabio Wardley, irrespective of the fact that his background is whatever and he hasn't fought at this level and Anthony Joshua has, blah, 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 I think Fabio Wardley would knock him out. So I don't think he takes that fight at all. I think he takes Tyson Fury.
See, no, so...
Do you think Wardley knocks out AJ Spencer?
This is where I'll disagree with Simon, because I think that Anthony Joshua's looking at this saying, yeah, Tyson Fury's saying he's coming back. We don't know when he gets out of bed, what side of bed he gets out of, whether he's going to return, whether he's not going to return, whether he's going to retire, stay retired. Everything that Tyson Fury says is that he is staying retired. From Anthony Joshua's point of view, he sees a little opening here, and he sees a little opportunity. He goes, where I could get another crack at a world title. Whether he wins or loses that against Fabio Wardley is a different conversation. But he may say, let me fight Fabio Wardley, and if I come up trumps and I win the world title, the Tyson Fury fight's still there.
Eddie Hearn has repeatedly said the fight must happen, calling it career-defining for both men. Joshua quickly turned his attention back to Fury, challenging him to stop talking online and step into the ring. He expressed confidence that he could defeat Fury if they finally meet, signaling he believes the unfinished business is his to resolve.
Tyson Fury, I'll be over the moon. Would you? Yeah, of course. Would you like to? Yeah, of course. Are you friendly with him? Not really. But I respect what he's done. I think he called you a dosser. Yeah, but... That's his standard term of abuse. Yeah. You big dosser. Yeah. He's a bodybuilder. Yeah. He is a businessman. I am a Spartan. Yeah. Have you got one of those fully Tyson Fury dolls? No, I'm joking. You must like him, though. What makes you say that? Because you can memorize every quote of his. He's very quotable, isn't he? He is, to be fair. He's got that distinctive... Like he's eating a frog voice. Yeah. Yeah. Do you think you could beat him? Yeah. Wouldn't be easy, though. No. The bookies, I think, would favour him. Yeah. Do you agree? Yeah.
Was this fight a disappointment, or just another step towards something bigger? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.